Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I am Jess of Creations. How we doing? Today was an in-office day for me, so I am tired today. I have a migraine, but we gotta get work done. We gotta do the thing. So I had fully intended on today's video to be a what I made this week video, but I didn't make so much. I worked on plenty. I worked on the Hobbit blanket and I worked on the January sweater challenge for Snake and Skein, and then a bunch of other things happened. So I was busy, but I did make a few things and I will still show you what I made. Also, part of my lack of making is I felt stuck, I guess. Kind of in that in-between stage, you know, all the holidays were happening, the year was ending, my next show isn't until April, but come April, May, June, those are all Comic-Cons, and I would really like to be bringing 5 digits worth of product to these shows. So I've got to get my butt moving. I was not completely unsure of what I wanted to make because I had a general idea of what we want to bring to these shows. But I had ordered some yarn and it wasn't here yet. And I didn't really know what to make with the blanket yarn that I already have. I did decide that I want to switch some things this year using Parfait Chunky. I'll still be working with Burnout Blanket, but there were some items that I'm curious to see how they do in the smaller size. That's it. So I think I'm going to do a yarn haul also in this video. But before we get all that started, this past weekend was very exciting. It was very busy. But one thing that happened was class number 1 for Granny Camp with Snake and Skein. We taught our first class. We taught 3 squares, sent everyone home with homework to make another one of each of the squares that they learned. So sit back for a second and I'm going to show you a little clip of what that class looked like. was a full class, and let me tell you, I am so glad that there were 2 of us teaching, because there was all ranges of skill levels in there, and people had questions sometimes at the same time, so it was nice that Lauren and I could both be there to help people, and I felt really good about it. I don't remember if I had discussed this previously, but when I did my ghost class, I lost a little bit of confidence in my abilities, I guess. So I was hesitant a little bit about jumping into this, but this class was awesome. It was so much fun. Hopefully they continue for the next 7 more months. And then the 8th month would be joining all the squares together for the blanket. No one, to my knowledge, has signed up for the full range of classes. I did a little poll with the class, and all of them said they were interested, but more on a class-by-class basis, instead of buying the whole package up front. That's fine. As long as they show up. They were a lot of fun, so it'll be a good year for that. So I'm excited to see what the end results are going to be, what the blankets are going to look like. Anyway, the next exciting thing that happened is Sunday was the Hershey Bears teddy bear toss game. And if what I read is correct, last year, the number of bears that were tossed onto the ice was a world record breaking number. It was like 102,000, I think. We didn't hit that this year, but again, according to what I read, it was the second highest number, second to last year's number that we had, which it was only like 81 or 82,000. I don't remember specific numbers, but anytime that the players were close to the goal with the puck, I hit record, and luckily enough, I got the winning shot, and the moment the flood of stuffed animals came down onto the ice. So check this out.
It is historic. It is one of the unique sporting events on the entire planet, and it is all because of you, the best fans in the American Hockey League. We have collected $566,450 since we started this event in 2001. That's over 500,000 smiles brought to the children of Central PA. Give their time to help make this reality.
That was so much fun. I got about 30 minutes of recording of just the constant barrage of animals coming down onto the ice, and then players being interviewed and the cleanup process. It was a long time. What the thing is when the Bears score their first goal of the game, that's when all the mayhem happens. And it happened really early in this game. It was just shy of 3 minutes. I believe it was 2 minutes and 55 seconds. And once it happened, the other team was off the ice. Our team was playing around and everything. And then the players went back to the locker room. All the volunteers got everything cleaned up. And then they did like a dry sweep of the ice and had like a little intermission. And then the players came back out to finish the rest of the period. We had a whole game left to do. And we ended up winning, which was great. All right, so let's get started. I said my intention was to make this a what I made this week video. So let's start with that. It's not much. It's not much finished items. So the first thing I'm going to show you is a market bag. I have previously made and sold market bags at shows before using Bernat Maker Home Deck, and I loved them and they were popular. However, Home Deck is really stretchy, which I didn't anticipate, but that made me not like them. I did not like sending someone off with them knowing that they put their wallet or their phone in it and it's going to stretch so much. But I've been seeing them back on the socials, in the feeds, whatever, but using cotton yarn, and I thought I would give it a try. So I made a little French market bag in, I'm pretty sure this is sugar and cream. And I like it. I think the strap needs to be a little longer. So if I make more, if I decide to continue this, I will modify the pattern to make the straps a little longer so you can have it on your shoulder. I mean, I have big arms, so someone could probably fit this on their shoulder, but I would not be comfortable with it. But it's a cute little thing. And I don't like these double V stitches. There's 4 of them in the end to kind of make corners. But I think on my next one, I'm just going to make the mesh part and avoid the V stitches. We'll see. I don't hate it. I'll make a couple. I don't think I'll go overboard, but going through my stash, I did find I had a lot of cotton, and I don't want to make dishcloths or washcloths or things like that. I'd rather make, I mean, this isn't a unique item, but I don't know how to explain it. You know, I don't want to make the cliche kind of things that you would find a crocheter making, although this is probably one of those things. For now, I'm going to keep making it and see what happens. I will also, with the cotton yarn, but only specific cotton yarn, make coffee cozies from Meg's Makes. I do like her pattern, and I like using dishy yarn from We Crochet. So this and coffee cozies is my plan right now for the cotton yarn. If I come across another pattern, we'll see. All right, second thing is my favorite that I've made so far. Have you heard of jelly cats? I'm sure you have. This does not look like a jelly cat, but there is one dragon that I have been eyeing It is out of stock at the moment, but I liked the colors of it, which is strange because I don't like pink, but there's pink in this one. I don't remember what the dragon was called, but I based my color choices off of that dragon, and look at him. This is the Snuggle Dragon by Mom Stitchetti. He's cute. I get my eyes from my friend Avian of Florals and Feathers. I will link her below, as well as Mom Stitchetti. But he came out really cool. I really like him. And I think I'm gonna do more. He takes a while, but I might do definitely one, maybe two more in some other colors. I'm not sure what. I am swimming in this yarn. This is smoky green. This is the color I made my original emotional support pickle with. And I did a pickle fest last year and thought I needed a lot of pickles. Turned out I didn't need that many because nobody bought the big pickles. So I have so much smoky green. I'm swimming in it literally. So I need to find more patterns that I can use this color for. Do you have any suggestions that is not a dragon or a dinosaur? I don't hate the dragons, but I would like more colorful things. I love him so much. Okay. And the last thing, I know we're at the last thing already, but I made pickle jar pickles. I made 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I made 11 of them. I need a whole bunch of them. The plan is to have some sort of old-fashioned barrel looking container, but clear, for the display. I know you can get like cheese ball containers and pretzel containers, but I want to do a little more research to see if I can get something that has like kind of the texture of an old-fashioned barrel, if you know what I mean. I love old-fashioned barrel deli style pickles. They're my favorite. But I have 11 of these out of a million that I have to make. They're quick, they're 15-minute makes. They don't take much time. And I need a lot of them, so that's a good thing. All right, let's put these to the side so I can put them away and refill for next time. So while we're on that topic of makes for shows, we're gonna do my yarn haul next. So like I said, there's a lot of patterns that I've done that I want to try using a smaller yarn, aka Parfait Chunky from Premier. So I did an order. I ordered 39 skeins. Not too much of a variety of colors because I knew I would need multiples for certain things. So yeah, let's go through that, see what I got, and my intentions for everything. So I'm going to open this one first because I opened it already and started making more pickles. This color is Goblin. I love the name of the color, and I think the color is a great pickle color. I made 3 already today, and it's just perfect. The pickle I showed you is in this green. So that's the difference between the two. This is Honey Bunny from Hobie. So it doesn't have a color name, it's just got a number. Color 104. But this is Goblin from Parfait Chunky, color 104 from Hobie. That's the difference. But I'm gonna have pickles in these 2 shades and probably a third. I do have another green, but I have other intentions for it. but if there's leftover, I will be making pickles in it. So I ordered 3 of this color, only thinking of pickles for this. Now the next color is the other green I was just referring to. It's a lighter green. It is key lime. This is what, if I have extras, I will be making more pickles. I do have some already in my stash that I will use first. The current thought process for this is to make some coochie copies from Bob's Burgers. I made a big one last year and I loved him and he got a lot of attention, but I think I'm gonna make like life size. So he'll be like this big. I think he's cute. I do have one already made, but he's not finished. I don't have eyes for him. So I will figure that out, but that's the plan for key lime. Now, got your typical black. Whoops. Got some white. Got some gray. The plan for these 3, plus a pink maybe. Yes, I'm showing you a bunch at a time. Plus this pink. I'm gonna make some hanging opossums. They're really cute. I was originally gonna make them in burlap blanket, but I'm really curious to see how they would be in a smaller size. So that's the plan for those 3 colors. Black and white is always good to have as a basic. I like this pink, seeing it in person. I was whatever about it when I was ordering, but it's a really pretty color. All right. I got 6 of this blue. This is classic blue. Here's the deal with the blue. Mario, the second movie, comes out this year in 2026. It might come out in April. I'm not sure. But the plan is to make turtle shells. You know, like in Mario Kart, you get awarded shells and bananas and stuff to affect your opponents. There's 3 shell colors. There's a red, a blue, and a green. I'm gonna make all the shells, so I have to make a lot of them. And we're gonna do each of them for $8 a piece, or the set for $20. I'm using the shell pattern from Tofu the Turtle by Meg's Makes Crochet. I have her pattern. The turtle is fine. He's good for everybody, for like other crocheters who sell. He's not my favorite to make, so I just don't make him. But this shell is a quick make, and I think it would be a fun little, like, we like to promote throwing things at my stand, so I think that's gonna be like an active, entertaining kind of item to have on the table. But we're gonna make all 3 colors and lots of them. So on that same page is the red. I got 6 of these. I do have more already in stock. The red was the one I already have. This is Poppy. The color is Poppy. Also with these 2 colors, I do make a hanging Spider-Man in Bernat blanket. So I'm gonna try him in Parfait Chunky and see the size difference, because I do have smaller Spider-Man felt eyes and I'm wondering if they will fit on this size. So I'm curious about that. But I got 6 of each of those. This green, I guess I have a 4th green now. I got this green for the third turtle shell. This is seaweed salad. It's a nice kind of Kelly green, I would say. Previously, I thought this was like a Kelly gray. Whoa. I don't know. That's a nice green. That's a nice dark green. But I got 3 of these. And then to complete the shell, you're going to do your color, and then like the rim of it will be the white, and then the base of it will be this tan color. So it'll be like that. That's the turtle shell. I think it'll be cute. We'll see how it goes. You never know. This will be a new product. I haven't seen anybody with something like this, and I think it'll just be fun. Just to tell people to pick one up and throw it at someone. And then the final color I got is a yellow, and it is summer squash. I had no purpose for buying this other than I don't have a good yellow color. I think I'm going to make more of the silly hands, the small size, and I'm going to make like basic colors. And I think I want to do some yellow ones. I think I have purple and maybe some green and red and blue. Whatever colors I have, I'm going to make some silly hands with. Probably not a lot. I probably won't make a lot of silly hands. They all sold, but they took a while to sell. And I don't know if they would have a different audience reaction at a con versus a show, because I didn't introduce them until late into the year in 25. Lidditz might have been the first time I brought them out in August of last year. I don't know. We'll see. Cons are a different crowd of people. Maybe they will enjoy them. They always get attention. They get a ton of attention. People love them. Some people, it takes a second. They're like, what is this? And, you know, you have to explain, you know, from the quarter machines, you can get a little sticky hand, and it's just that, but it doesn't leave ugly stains on your wall. But then the joke is that it might put a hole in your wall because I stuff the crap out of them and they're solid. So you could do some damage. Yeah, that's the yarn haul I got. Hopefully it will last a while. I don't intend to buy yarn for a while. I think I'm set. I did think I would have to buy black, but I did find 8 skeins to make Mothman. He's pretty popular. I did just order some red pupil safety eyes from my friend Florals and Feathers. So as soon as they come, I will get working on Mothman. But his pattern, he has a collar and it calls for like a faux fur yarn. And I don't like working with faux fur on its own, so I just decided to skip that part. But I think it adds a little something extra to the finished product. So I might need to go get some black faux fur. That's what's happening with makes at the moment. Now, last but not least, I told you I would provide updates on the Hobbit blanket that I'm doing and the January sweater challenge with Snake and Skein. What should we start with? We'll do the blanket because it's easier to get to. I've decided to time myself while making this because the first idea of this blanket was to bring it to Philly and do a sweepstakes with it. But I have another show beforehand, so I think I'm going to take it to Hagerstown and offer it for a cost. And if it doesn't sell, then we'll bring it to Philly for the sweepstakes. But if I can sell it, that would be awesome. So I'm timing myself. And so far, I'm averaging about 2 hours and 15 minutes for 10 rows. The blanket is 300 rows. And the first 2 days, I did 10 rows a day. So if I kept that pace, this blanket could be done in 30 days. I could do more than 2 hours a day, but I do have other things to work on. So this is, how many rows is this? This is 35, I think. It doesn't look like much because this is the dirt path, but like right here, this one is his foot and this is the shadow of him. So like this will be his leg and this will be his leg. So I finally got into some exciting parts. It's going to start building into actually something from this point. But yeah, it's just a bunch of dirt and rocks. And it's a lot of counting. And my boyfriend likes to talk to me when I'm working on this. And I respond by counting louder. Because that's the normal way to react to that, right? So that's where I am on the Hobbit blanket. I'm thinking I spent $58, I think, on material because I bought it on sale. And I think the sale total brought it down to $58. And with shipping, it was like $64 or something. So that's where we're starting. Material is like $58, and I'm already 8 plus a little bit of hours into it. I'm really bad at pricing things. I'm usually a market like compare pricer. I see what others are pricing their similar items at and going from there. It is a method. I forget what it's called. But that's how I do my pricing. And this time I want to actually see what I should fairly charge for it. The problem is I don't know what to charge myself for my time. Does anyone else have that problem? Like, if I charged per hour what I make at my 9-to-5 job, that would be really expensive. I don't know, maybe like $15 an hour. Is that crazy? Is that too little, too much? I don't know. Let me know your thoughts. All right. So finally is my progress on the January sweater challenge with Snake and Skein. And I'm doing, as a reminder, the Block Party Office Cardi by Heart Hook Home. And I'm almost done the yoke. So that's it so far. I have a couple more rows before you join at the armpit and then just work on the body. I think it's coming out really nice. It's a really easy pattern. It's basically a 2-row repeat. Technically right now it's a 4-row repeat because of the increases, but once the body gets started and the arms happen, it will be a 2-row repeat. So that's where I'm at with that. I think I'm making good progress. It is only January 6th, so I've got a lot of month left, but I just got this yarn, so I do need to start busting out product, because as I said, I would really love to bring 5 digits worth of product to my shows, to Comic-Cons, and that's not going to happen unless I get to work. I have no idea how much I have so far. I unloaded the car from the last show and I haven't touched a thing since. So I need to do that, figure out where I am, where I'm starting from, and then go from there. All right, something I didn't mention in the last video that I'm going to talk about now is that another goal I have for this year. Do you see this disaster that's behind me? This is my office / craft room, and it is a nightmare. I have lived in this house for 3 years now, and this room, my house is built weird. Like, this is a bedroom technically, but then it goes immediately back to a sunroom with no doors here. There's no doors. And then it wraps around to like a weird little room over here with a bathroom in it. And that room leads out into the garage. So this whole space has given me such anxiety because I don't know what to do with it. And because of this openness, and where we are right now is a wall with 2 double closets. So you can't put anything on this wall, but you just have, it's basically just a long hallway, this room. And any kind of furniture is awkward. So I haven't figured out, I have rearranged this room several times. I just have not found that sweet spot of what is comfortable, what looks nice, how to organize all my stuff. So I really, really, really want to figure this room out. The sunroom is okay right now. That's probably the last of my worries in this house. I just really want to get this room figured out first. I don't know what I want to do. Clearly I want it as an office because I work from home 4 days a week. So we're on my office desk, where I do my work and computer work, and I've got yarn up here and like my safety eyes, but then I have so much yarn, whoops, over there. That's my, I went crazy at Joann when they closed deal. There's a recliner that you can't even sit in because they just have clothes piled on top of it. I just don't know what to do in here. I would love like a daybed or a futon or something to put along this wall. We don't ever have company, but if we ever did have company, we would have a place for them to sleep. Or like if I'm crocheting in here and I just pass out, I'd have a bed to sleep in instead of uncomfortable on the sofa and then having to get up and go to bed. I don't know. I think it's going to be a long process. I think I have a lot of purging to do. I do have a lot of things that have gone through multiple moves and are still in boxes from many moves ago, which is a sign to just throw it away or donate it or do something. But yeah, this is very humbling right now, but something needs to happen because it just makes me so mad every time I come in here. And that's not a good place to be to do a craft. Your craft is supposed to like chill you out and put you in a mellow state. Not really, probably. um, but yeah, that's a huge goal, I think. There you go. In my last video, I think I said something about not making resolutions, but I think that needs to be my resolution this year, is to figure this room out. I know that's not specific, but something needs to be done. I have no idea. My craft desk over here is my favorite piece of furniture that I have ever owned. It is from IKEA. At the time that I bought it, which was 13-ish years ago, it was not on IKEA's website, but we showed up and it was on the show floor, and I was in love with it. You can't tell right now, but it's glass, and it is in the shape of, my mom calls it a kidney bean, so it's got kind of like a curved shape to it, and I love it. It's unique. I think it's perfect for a craft room area, but as you can see, it's piled with stuff. Things need a place. I need to figure out what those places are, how to organize things, go through my present stash before buying any more yarn, because I have enough of it. I don't need to be buying more. I have what I need to get through a little bit for shows, and then some. So that is today's video. Thanks for sticking with me. I know it was kind of like all over the place. I didn't really have a plan going into this. Whoops. I like my Dr. Seuss pajama pants. Anyway, thank you for joining in. Do all the things, like and subscribe, and I appreciate you so much, and I will see you next time. Bye.